Now, back to Community Link on NewsTalk 1230 WFVA. Now, the host of Community Link, Ted Schubel.
Trivia night, our topic as we continue along this morning on Community Link. Rob Grogan is here. Josh Camelli is here, and we are going to talk about Trivia night. It's Wednesday nights at the Sunken Well Tavern. Rob, I will let you introduce Josh, and we'll get started here and talk about what is becoming quite a topic of discussion around town.
Legendary. A little background, I've known the Camelli family for about 12 years. They are from my neck of the woods in New Jersey, and I discovered that when Josh's younger brother Steve came to college at Mary Wash, and we worked together at one of the restaurants. And long story short, I became friends with his family and subsequently with Josh when he came to town. He's really helping his little brother out at the Sunken Well and came up with the concept of Trivia Night every Wednesday, and it's been a huge success. And so here, without further ado, welcome Josh Camelli.
Thank you, Rob. Good morning, Ted.
Josh, it's great to have you here. Talk about what this concept is, because it's something that this is something a lot of people like to play trivia. It goes back to years ago with Trivial Pursuit, and talk about what you do.
It's a really big night, Ted. It started about 4 years ago at the Sunken Well. Started by the original quizmaster Drew Jordan to bring in some business on a quiet Wednesday night. Drew did it for about 6 months before he went backpacking across South America, at which point I became the quizmaster. Drew came back, and we became co-quizmasters. Did that for about another 6 months. Drew took off again. We brought on the first and only quiz mistress, Gracie, and she lasted for about 6 months, and then I've been doing it solo for maybe about 2.5 years now.
You like being the quiz master?
I love it. Love it.
I think it's a chance for Josh has a lot of stage presence in terms of when he walks in a room and he's good with people. Mm-hmm. I think it gives him a chance to have a little fun up there. It's gotten so busy that they've had to stop taking dinner reservations for Wednesday night because everybody wants to come there and play trivia night. So you come, it's first come, first serve. People order their meals and their beverages, but they're ready to play Trivial Pursuit.
It gets very competitive. A lot of trash talking going on, but everyone's having a good time. People do camp out their spots early. They get there around 6, have a couple of drinks, have a meal like Rob said.
Yeah.
And then showtime starts at 7:45.
So I come in, I sit down. It's a Wednesday night.
Mm-hmm.
Walk through what a Wednesday night is like at the Sunken Well Tavern.
Wednesday night, like I said, people start coming in as early as 6. They scout out their seats, start getting their tables together for their teams. Teams form up anywhere from I've seen a single individual win trivia night all on his own, and I've seen people up to groups of 8. And they'll just stake out their seats, get their spot, start ordering drinks and food at 7:45. Promptly at 7:45, we start the trivia. I'll pass out the first round is always a famous faces, which is an identification round. We'll have 10 different images. I'll pass those out to the competitors. They'll identify them, hand them in. Then we have 2 rounds of multiple choice questions that could be on any topic. Politics, geography, current events, entertainment. We do them for 10 points each for a total of 20 points. Then we have a famous person round where I'm going to give you a series of clues. The first clue is rather obscure, worth 10 points. If you guess it, you get the 10 points. If you guess incorrectly, you get 0 points. You can't guess again. And then we break it down to an 8-point clue, a 6-point clue, 4, 2, and then finally 1 point. And then we do a music round at the end, which everyone really likes.
And then you tabulate the...
We tabulate all the scores each round so people know where they stand each round. And then we give a general score as well.
Do people yell out their answers? How does that work?
I have pads and pencils, so they'll fill out the answers on the pads and hand them in to me at the end of the round.
So if you're a team of 8, you get one answer.
Yes.
Your minds converge and come up with what
you have to have someone who is your spokesperson for the round.
Gotcha. Very cool.
How does it work? So they're handing it in to you, and then you're continuing. Do you
and
tabulate
I will tally it.
Okay, so you're doing that all by hand.
Yes, sir.
Rob said that led us to believe and told us that you get into character in this, and this is something that you're.
Absolutely.
The quiz master. I become the quiz master.
You become the quiz master.
From mild-mannered bartender to the quiz master.
You like doing that?
Yeah, it's a blast. The people are great. I'm very flattered by how many people are receptive to it. It's definitely a great time.
You have a lot of regulars, don't you?
Yes, we have people who have been coming since Drew started trivia 4 years ago.
Fantastic.
And they still keep coming. And then we have a whole bunch of new people, too.
Trivia night at Sunken Well Tavern, our topic this morning on Town Talk on NewsTalk 1230 WFVA. I'm here. Rob Grogan is here, and Josh Camelli, the Quizmaster, is here. When you think about it, when you think about how popular game shows are, especially the nighttime game shows, this just makes sense.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's something different on a Wednesday night. You know, people are exercising their mind and getting out, socializing, having a great time. You're
kind of like you could become the Alex Trebek of Fredericksburg.
Yep.
Where do you get your questions?
I search all over the internet. I scour the internet it takes me about 6 hours to come up with a night of trivia. And I'm just looking for different topics, whether they're timely or just trivial. It's just a lot of searching. Whoever picks my interest for that week.
That's a lot of time. But obviously you embrace this being the Quizmaster.
It's well worth my time. It's a lot of fun. I learn something new every week. I don't know all this stuff, and I don't know how they know all of it.
You've got to be impressed because you mentioned that in some cases a person who will play and win as a single person can beat a team. That takes a lot of knowledge.
One man has done that twice. His name is Steve Hubble, and he is a one-man team. Wow. He is. Wow. Watch out for Hubble.
He must watch a lot of TV and
he knows everything from sports to current events. His range of musical knowledge. He gets everything from country to jazz to top 40 to rap. He's the total trivia package.
Well, and like you mentioned, Josh, you're doing a lot of different topics here, and in one of them you start off with faces. So you can't be just because I would probably be strong in sports, and that's it.
Right.
To be able to win and to be competitive in this, you have to be really well rounded.
That's why I always recommend coming in with a team. You know, make the sum of the parts is greater than the sum of the individual. Come on in with a bunch of people. That way you can pool everyone's knowledge together.
Mm-hmm. Well, Rob, we talk often, and you really emphasize just some of the unique things of Fredericksburg, and this is one of the unique things of Fredericksburg.
It's fun, and you can bring your family. I mean,
it's very family-oriented.
Yeah, it's a nice family-oriented place, and you don't want to bring real young kids, but you could bring your preteens and your teens and let them join in, and it's a nice activity.
I try and base it to of an age range from anywhere from the early 20s to up until the people in their 60s. So it's a wide range of people.
You and I could go, Ted.
We could be a team some night, Rob.
That's right.
We could. I don't know that we would do well because we would do well in sports. You and I would do well in sports.
Maybe some news.
Yeah, we would do current events well. Maybe some faces.
You guys should come on out.
As being Quizmaster now, I mean, and you've had some. You talked about how you kind of inherited this and then have had some partners, but if you seem to have settled in, Josh, and this is going to be something that I can see that. This is your title now, Quizmaster. I don't know that you want to give that up.
No, I would not willingly give up the title of Quizmaster. It is a title that has been hard earned, and I relish in it.
Did you ever? Has trivia been something over the years that you've been interested in?
I've always been really good at trivia. You've always wanted me as your partner on the Trivial Pursuit game. And I've just always been full of a lot of useless information, so it seemed like a perfect fit.
And now you're really making a name for yourself, and this is something you can see that this is something that on Wednesday nights is going to become a staple now, not only in this area but also at the Sunken Well Tavern.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, it's very flattering. Like I said earlier, how many people come in and enjoy it. It's definitely made me a bit of a Fred Leberty, and it's very exciting.
And they're pretty serious about it, too.
It gets very competitive.
They get their game face on.
Oh, yes. We're usually competing for a $25 gift card.
Oh, nice.
So there is some level of, besides honor and pride, you're fighting for a prize. There is a level of trash talking going on, but it's always very
fun.
Friendly.
Yeah.
Very friendly.
Ted, I could see this going to another level where you could have a trivia night in a big setting for the purpose of a fundraiser or whatever.
Yeah.
There's an entry fee, whatever. But as it is, it's outstanding in and of itself.
Do you ever repeat any of the questions?
No, I'm pretty good about not repeating any questions. I do have a database of all the questions I've ever written. I save it on my Google Drive. I might recycle a topic, but I don't recycle questions.
Wow.
As you go on here, you're going to have a really nice. You're going to have a lot of information, a lot of useless information, maybe at times.
I do have a lot of useless information.
I could see somewhere down the line, though, a year or two now, you might be able to write a book and have some of this information in a lot of stories about just some of the. Because I'm sure you run into a lot of characters. I mean, you're a character yourself.
Thank you, Ted.
Big brother at the well.
There are a lot of characters who come on into trivia. Everyone's very unique. And they all have their own, strengths in what they know.
Is there any way, as someone who's the quiz master, that you would give any tips on how to study for? Because I've always wondered that how can you study for this kind of thing?
You really can't. We do post clues every Wednesday around lunchtime, so people can get a general idea of what to expect. But I don't think there is a way you can study unless you just sit at home reading encyclopedias, which I did when I was younger when I would get grounded.
Do you just Google certain topics and then start? Is that how you find things?
A lot of times I'll Google topics, or like I said, if something catches my eye on the news or Jeopardy or something like that, I'll take that as a broader topic and try and find my own questions.
Do you watch all those game shows?
Not regularly, but sometimes I do.
Do you have a favorite host? Someone you kind of like their approach?
I kind of view myself as a cross between Bob Barker and Alex Trebek.
All right.
Okay. Well, Josh, it is great to meet you. And this is for those who want to stretch their mind, Wednesday nights at the Sunken Well Tavern. Again, tell about the time it gets started and what people need to know.
Where to find you?
It starts at 7:45. People do get there early to get their spots. People get there. I've seen them as early as 6. I think if you get there around 6:30, you should be able to sneak on in. And it's at the Sunken Well Tavern, 720 Little Page, in downtown Fredericksburg, every Wednesday at 7:45.
Okay, 7:45 Wednesday, 720 Little Page Street is where you'll find the Sunken Well Tavern, and you can meet the Quizmaster, Josh Camelli. Josh, great to meet you.
Good to meet you, Ted.
Thank you for coming in and talking with us about this. And one of these days, Rob and I are going to be in the audience, and we're going to take on your questions.
I look forward to it.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
Rob, good to see you. We'll see you again soon.
Thank you.
In partnership with Front Porch Magazine, this is Community Link. I'm Ted Schubel. We will see you next weekend on NewsTalk 1230 WFVA.
Community Link is a general discussion forum. The views of host and guests are not necessarily those of Centennial Broadcasting or NewsTalk 1230 WFVA.